Mountain passes, oases, and deserts. These prime locations often remain advantageous for centuries, even millennia. So, when one settlement in that location declines, gets damaged, or is destroyed by war, fire, or natural disaster, it's very common for new settlements to simply rise directly on the remnants of the old one. People keep coming back to the good spot.
Right, location, location, location. So people rebuild on the same spot, but why build on top of the old stuff? Why not clear it away first?
That brings us to the second major factor: the immense challenge and cost of demolition, especially in pre-industrial times. Imagine trying to completely demolish a substantially built structure, maybe stone walls, heavy timber frames, deep foundations using only hand tools like shovels, picks, levers, and maybe animal power. It was incredibly labor-intensive, time-consuming, and therefore very expensive. You wouldn't just be knocking down walls, you'd ideally want to dig out the foundations and then haul away literally tons upon tons of rubble. Where would you even put it all?
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare task without modern excavators and dump trucks.
Exactly. So, what was often the much easier, faster, more practical, and certainly more economical path when a building became dilapidated, infested, damaged, or simply needed replacement? It was to simply build on the rubble. You'd knock down the unstable parts of the old walls, maybe salvage reusable materials like timbers or good stones, and then use the rest of the debris, along with perhaps household trash and soil brought in from elsewhere, to fill in the lower levels or the old foundation. You'd level off this fill material with something like gravel or sand, creating a new higher ground surface, and then lay a new floor and build your new walls right on top of the old footprint. This process, repeated over generations, naturally and inevitably causes the ground level of the city to rise.
That makes perfect practical sense. You're essentially using the old city as the foundation for the new one. Do we have clear examples of this?
Oh, absolutely. We have fantastic, well documented examples, even relatively recently in the United States. You mentioned Eureka Springs, Arkansas, earlier. It has a famous street called Mud Street, right down in the valley. It apparently earned its name, honestly, because being at the low point, it would frequently flood and turn into a muddy mess. So rather than constantly battling the water and mud at the original level, the city decided at some point to essentially raise the street level. They built retaining walls and filled it in, bringing the street up one story. This effectively turned the original ground floors of the buildings along that street into basements.